Alrighty. Everybody ready to watch me get my ass kicked for probably about 2.5 hours? I mean, I made a decent amount of progress last time. Need to get to the second part. We'll try to get into a major problem I have, actually not just with this fight, but a lot of fights in Souls games that I think I'm getting to the point that I can't really tolerate much anymore past this. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary, and we're fighting Frida. We're fighting Concert Radon, because I can't think of another example of another boss that made me actually really feel. We're fighting Mesmer. No, wait, we're fighting Concert Radon. I have some umbrage to take with this, but we're just gonna try to focus on doing the damn thing at first. Welcome, Silos. Going to play the video game. We're going to do our best. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked. I gotta get warmed back up. I expect to die quite a few times. Hopefully this goes alright. I at least remember what I need. And the good news is I remember what exactly. Oh shit, every time. The fact that you can't get a heal off after that attack is so mean. It's so rude. Almost forgot. I almost forgot. He really does not let you get a heal off. He really doesn't. He essentially says, don't mistime anything. Not fun. He essentially is, don't make mistakes, boss. Sure, that's any boss. I don't know. I actually think good boss design respects that a player will make some mistakes, and it doesn't suddenly make the boss easier. That is one of my issues with Elden Ring's design at this point. Now, I do want to try Night Rain, because I think Night Rain will hone things in a little bit, and it will ensure that at a certain point it's just for the sake of the challenge, and not because the game was more tightly designed. That's the thing that I want out of Night Rain. I don't know if Night Rain's gonna do that, and also hi Silos. I don't know if Night Rain is going to do that necessarily, but it feels promising like it could. But also, this is FromSoft. They're not always the best at that, actually, I think. That's one thing that FromSoft struggles with quite a bit, is making something a little bit more precise than what is necessary, if that makes sense. Love him to death, but it is one of the things I think they struggle with the most. There we go. I think it is something that they really, really do struggle with. Every time. Like they didn't test it, or they specifically tested it. The only explanation I have is they did specifically test how long certain actions took, with the explicit intention that they would actually take. They would be faster than you could get off certain actions. I think that's... We have heal catching now? Like, that's so rude, man. Heal catching, in my opinion, should not be a thing. There we go. Yeah, see, like, that's a good way to do, like, a really close attack. Mistimed that. That was my bad. Nah, that's too soon. I would say yes, but not really, because one of my issue is those are two extremes that have the same problem actually. People like fast-paced COD style games because you can go super fast and outplay your opponent just by being a combination of either very experienced or just very spammy with your inputs. Whereas Arma has the opposite problem, I think. It's hardcore in that you'll die because you won't know what the fuck shot you. There was no way for you to know what the fuck shot you, and that's the way that you would play that in real life. And I don't like either of those experiences. I like when a game can make you feel like you're on, like, you could die at any moment, but doesn't actually punish you as a player that harshly. Like, I like when a game can feel like it's very close, because this is just me figuring out the dead zones to the point of, like, I hope this is an interesting looking fight. It certainly is intense to a certain extent, but there's a certain point where it has stopped being like, oh, am I gonna do it by the edge of my seat? But who knows? I mean, I felt kind of the same way about Sans Underman. I feel like Sans Underman can be kind of a similar case. And I can't imagine anyone trying to fight this guy without the Sekiro block. Like, that would be so fucking awful. I couldn't imagine doing this fight without this. I can barely do it with it. Ah, fuck. That was my bad. It's two extremes of the quote-unquote hardcore thing. But the problem is the concept of hardcore has kind of gotten, in my opinion, a little bit sullied. Like, it's not... Hardcore games kind of still exist, but to me, not really. I would consider... I would consider games like, no. I would consider games like, Hunt would be kind of hardcore. And God Hand is hardcore. And, Bloodborne and Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 are hardcore. To a certain extent. But I think people oftentimes conflate that hardcore just means it's hard, when, in my opinion, hardcore should have balance to it, of understanding of, like, pushing a player's abilities without necessarily restricting the player's capacity to play, if that makes sense. God Hand is the perfect example, I think, of one of the best hardcore action games, because God Hand is a game that will kick your ass, that gives you all the tools to kick equal and more amounts of ass. They just say you have to learn how to use it. And that's it. That's it. It's not hardcore because the enemies you fight are stronger than you. It's not hardcore because you have these fights where you have to overcome something that is that much stronger than you are. The irony is your strength comes from your actual skill to play the game, and not from... Okay, that was close. And not from things that oftentimes are conflated as hardcore, of being completely underpowered, being completely outmatched and outgunned. That is oftentimes what I think a lot of people think of hardcore, and that is, if it is, it's not what I like. It is absolutely not what I like. My opinion is make something challenging, but give you the tools to still, like, fight and make them difficult to use, but not underpowered, not undertuned. God Hand is exactly the best example of how you make a game feel like it is really, really hard, because it is, give you the tools as a player to fight back in a way to match the aggression of the game. Uh-oh. Yeah, I could go for a strike there, but it's not worth it. Essentially, when a fight comes down to don't use your healing almost at all, I mean, their analogy is not 100% accurate, yeah. Well, that's the problem, too, is they weren't always that way. They're just getting to that point. Exactly. It's not fun. Silas, I know you're joking, but I just hate that that's how people actually act. Like, no shit. There is a bit of frustration that I have with the community of this game and a lot of difficult, like, challenging games. Monster Hunter, I would also say, hits the hardcore element because it really pushes you as a player, or at its best, it really pushes you out as a player to try to, like, test your skills without, again, just putting you at a flat disadvantage. A flat disadvantage, does not make something hardcore. That said, counter-argument, Hunt, at its best, right now it's kind of having some issues with this, in my opinion, but Hunt, at its best, allows you to say, if you are at disadvantage, you are not actually losing outright. Like, you can actually recover if you are playing at a disadvantage in Hunt Showdown. Like, you can work with a disadvantage even, and it can even be fun. Like, not having meta gear, being down bars, doesn't mean you can no longer fight. It just means it will be less likely to win, but it's not impossible if you play it correctly. Though, it is felt more and more these days that it is harder to actually get that, because, unfortunately, the way that everyone who plays a multiplayer game, a competitive multiplayer game, is antithetical to how I think, and that pretty much, if you're letting people get back up, which obvious, I wouldn't let people get back up easily, but if you're not just maximizing your capacity to limit a fight and not let a fight go on, then those are the fights you're gonna get. And I don't like that, because Hunt at its best are like mind games and wars of attrition. And the thing that kills a war of attrition for me is when a fight is over with a single shot, and the only mistake that was made was the person who got shot had no way to know that that person was even there. That's not fun to me. I don't know. And I think there's something really frustrating going on where people who play a game a lot want to, like, be justified. And I get that. Like, I get good at a lot of games. I don't want to be justified for getting good at them. But I'm at least getting to the point that, like, if I'm not having fun with it, though, and people are being obnoxious about it, Like, absolutely, I don't want to represent this game anymore then. Like, I don't want to represent a game that I think has fundamental flaws that people are willing to bypass in the verbiage of something that I believe can be a thing that makes a game good when handled correctly. And I think Elden Ring has gone too far. I still sit in the camp of Elden Ring has gone too far. It's not a bad game. In fact, it's a really good game. It's got a lot of really good things in it. But I think what it suffers from is something that has been happening and has happened before. So the fact that it's happened before, they let it happen again, in my opinion, because as much as I was like, yeah, I was in a pretty bad space with Dark Souls 3, I do think that was exacerbated by some of the design philosophy of 3 that I did not like. Because 3 felt like it was trying to cram the wrong games into the wrong series just because they used the same format and didn't consider how they were different. No. In my opinion. And sometimes to me it feels a little bit like Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 are not so much around a square peg in a round hole. It's more like you took a round hole and then made it square shaped and then made a triangle. That's what it feels like to me. And then tried to put a triangle through it. Like, they tried to, but they didn't actually accommodate for the change in shape. That's the point. That's the point that I make with that analogy, is it's not that they didn't try to make changes to accommodate for it. The changes they made were not sufficient. Or they didn't work. At least not for me. They made a square, and then they had a circle, and then they made the circle the shape of a triangle. So, I don't know. Because at this point, my biggest criticism is like, yeah, I'll beat him eventually, but I actually am like, am I really engaged with the fight anymore? Because I'm not really. And that's a problem, I think. Because now I'm just doing this to try to get to the second phase. And then that's its own thing. Like, there is something that I struggle with specifically with Souls games, in which they demand at this point in the series, with so many multi-phase fights, that you should be, after you get to the second phase, you should consistently be getting to the second phase to learn it. Well, here's the problem with that, Dark Souls, Elden Ring. I can't get to the second phase consistently still. Because the first phase, believe it or not, is a hard fucking fight. And I do think that is something that I particularly struggle with, and I want to bring up the case of Frida as an example. Because Frida was the first time in a Souls game where it had multiple phases, and I did not like it. I get why everybody else likes Frida's fight. I get it. I do not like her fight, because I don't want to learn 3 fights. I can barely learn 1. I can hardly learn 2. Learning 3 fights is too much for me, and it's a kind of difficulty that my brain does not interface well with. It doesn't. And believe that. Believe it or not, I know I can get good at games, and I know I'm good at Elden Ring, and there are things about my brain that just don't work. It just does not work with it. That anybody in their right goddamn mind would say the same for anything that they struggle with. If you struggle with something, and other people don't seem to, there's not just something wrong with you. There's not something wrong with you. It's hard for you. And those people can eat a fucking bag of dicks for anyone who'd make you feel like, how dare you struggle with something that, guess what, is hard for you. And multi-stage fights like this, that go this long, are hard for me. Because it's effectively a boss rush. It's a boss rush. And the first boss you have to do every time. Well, I mean, I guess that's what a boss rush is, but... like, it's a boss rush, and the first part of the boss is already harder than pretty much everything else in the game. What the hell? It's because that's the thing, is boss rushes, actual boss rushes, hinge on a very simple fact. You've fought at least a version of the boss before. You fought a version of every boss in a boss rush before if it's a good boss rush, if it's the correct boss rush. You can't do these multi-stage fights and expect you to just learn them in a way that is designed less for how they are meant to be interfaced with, or how boss rushes in general work. At least for me. Because again, the whole thing that makes a boss rush work is if there's either very minimal or no change to the actual bosses you fight, and you're stronger than some of the bosses than you would have fought them the first time. That's what makes a boss rush style fight work. That's what makes a multi-stage fight like that work, where the fights are already this hard. It's me. Great. 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 That I just... but, look at this. I'm still only at 5, and I've spent 2 hours already on this guy. Like, this guy is already hard enough in one mode. He should just be a 2-mode fight, where you fight him until you get to the second mode. I mean that. That would fix this fight for me. Because the fact of the matter is I can't learn the second half of this fight until the game says you've perfected the first half. And the first half is hard. It's fucking hard. I've even found a way that I feel pretty confident that I can cheese it that's hinging on 2 very awful facts that I don't fuck up once, and that he actually gives me combos that I can counterattack. All this in service for a boss that should be cool. And he is cool. I'm just mad that they made him so unpleasant. As they did. He's incredibly unpleasant. Like that last fight, I think he did that combo once. And my whole strategy is hoping that he has more attacks, that he uses that specific attack more. That's bad. Okay. We actually want to be closer to that when he does that. That's stupid. I wish that gave me an attack, but it probably doesn't, unless I do a light attack, maybe? I'll try it. Please do that attack more. Please do that attack more. I would like you to do that attack more. Nice. I missed somehow. I missed an attack that I don't even know how I missed it, honestly. I honestly don't know how I missed that attack. There's also a certain point where, hey, I hate to say this, there is a little bit of luck to this fight. I don't like it. There's a little bit of luck to this fight. Well, now there's a wall. Millisecond too late, because I thought that he might do a second one. No. Hey, he actually didn't rush me immediately. He's not gonna give me an attack opportunity. There we go. Alright, I gotta watch out for his grapple. That's the big one I have to watch out for, is his grapple. I also hate that it's not even half of his health. Wow. That one, he just chipped me. I think the second half, I just have to switch to my shield. I just need my shield out to negate as much damage as possible. Could also try... I could also try wearing, like, a holy charm. Maybe that would help, since he does holy damage in that second part. For damage negation. I don't know. I feel like I need as much physical damage. I need just as much physical damage negation as I need magic damage negation. I feel like. I don't know. We'll see. I think that second part, though, what I need to do is I need to switch. I need to switch to having my shield just out. I just need to have my shield out. I think. Oh, fuck! I need to remember to cast my bird. I need to cast my bird as soon as I get into phase 2, because it's a 2v1! It is a 2v1! Cast my bird. Remember to cast my bird. Part of me wonders if I should bring Ansbach just because he might have story as well. I mean, it would make sense. I feel like I owe it to the man, too. And at this point, it's like... Honestly, you beat him, you beat him. If you beat him, and you beat him with what you beat him with, that's fine. That works for me. Like, do what you gotta do to beat this guy, because the irony is there is no cheesing this guy. You have to use everything that you can. I don't think there's any cheesing this boss. I do not think there's any cheesing Consort Radon. Every advantage you can give yourself is something that you need to give yourself to make this fight even possible. You know what? I also might need to stop lighting my thing on fire, because it's not giving you that much bonus damage. He's apparently fire resistant, so... That does way more damage. Yes. And of course he was running at me. Glad I was able to get that off. God, it's almost not worth it. If I'm gonna do it, I might as well try going for an R1. I mistimed that. Oh, he let me get it off. Honestly, was expecting him to hit me there. Okay, this is going well. This isn't even the final boss of the DLC for me. I know what the final boss of the DLC is for me. Trust me, you'll see. This is ideal. Got it. Of course you're being aggressive. Of course you're being aggressive. Of course you're being aggressive. Can I call the bird fast enough? Can I call the bird fast enough? This is gonna death. Damn it. This time that. No, my bird! Why would you do that to my bird? Oh! Okay. Yes. Hey! This is like the longest I've ever lived. Wow. So what? Oh my god. Hello? Hey, I'm doing okay. Believe it or not. Like, that's not bad. I did okay. That's like the best I've ever done. Hello, Bread.
We're getting through it. I think I'm gonna beat him today.
It'll be close, but I think I'm gonna beat him today. Part of the problem is he really... Oh, you'll see, Bread. Don't you worry. No, it's part of the plan. I'm learning timings. Don't you worry. I'm not just tanking it, I promise. Trust the process, Bread. Trust the process. And that's my point. Don't judge. Do not judge. I actually want to say this because I am tired of people acting this way about this game. Like, who cares, even? Like, if someone is having a hard time with something, I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, anybody who plays any game does not take damage on purpose. Unless they're built for it in a specific way in certain games. But I can tell you here, I do not take damage on purpose. I am not just tanking it. This is how I have to beat him. This is how I have to beat him. And I have to learn how to interface with his second half. The problem is you don't get enough time to interface with the second half, and I have to find something that works. Because I found something that works for his first half, but his second half is just that much more aggressive. And I'm trying to figure out how not to just tank it. Because his second half, where am I not supposed to get hit? Where am I not supposed to get hit? It's that fucking hard. And before you're like, well, why aren't you dodging? Dodging is not working for me. And I want to be clear on that. It's not working for me. That doesn't mean that dodging never works. It means it's not working for me. Thank you, Silos. Appreciate it. I am not just taking this. So always remember, remember, don't judge. If anything, the best thing you can do is try to do your best to give me some support, because I fucking need it. I need a cheering crowd, not a jeering crowd. Because I can do it, and this is the way I'm going to do it, and I will get that Hydrate Man after the fight. Because I found a way to mitigate as much damage as I can. Yeah, that attack is just unpunishable, and that makes me so mad. I hate that you can't punish that attack. I want to punish it so badly, and I just can't. So remember that. Remember that. Do not, if you're watching somebody play, actually, like, don't assume, never assume anything about anything, regardless of how good or bad they are. Have a plan and a strategy, and it's gotten me up to that point, and the next point is figuring out what to do after that. And I can't do that if I do nothing, right? Like, it's not just tanking. I promise you, it's not just tanking. Boy, that's more hydrate. Thank you. So on that note, let's do this. I have my umbrages with this fight, but fair enough. I will admit, though, that's just something, and no, fine. I struggle with that sometimes. I just always assume, like, I make an asshole out of yourself. But also, I have had people be very malicious about that kind of thing, right? Like, I feel like people have seen what I do and be like, why would you do it that way? Why are you doing it that way? And it's like, because it fucking works. Seeing one bad example in a thing that's really hard to do does not mean that it is bad. I just had a fight where I used, 2 or 3 potions and I was fine. Estus. But I appreciate the clarification on the flip side, Suffering. That's the point. I really struggle with people who've been poopy to me about just trying to do things for a large portion of my life. And if just because I find something that works, that is unorthodox, I get criticized for it because it doesn't work correctly once or twice, but not because I'm doing it wrong or bad. In something that's already really hard to do. That's the part that gets me, is like, it doesn't really matter in that respect, right? Like, if you're doing what works for you, and if it works for you, and it gets the damn job done, who cares? Because in reality, any other way to do it requires the same timing, practice, and patience. I'm just having some bad luck there. For some reason my blocks are not. Well, that's bad luck. And I will admit, I get it. I shouldn't. No, I want to say this. I do want to say this because it's so frustrating to me. My brain just doesn't like it. My brain doesn't like it. It's so frustrating to me to, like, be fighting this hard, and the thing that people see is... The first thing that people see is they assume that I'm doing something wrong. And that's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I feel like I've dealt with that my entire life, and what I want is for people to not assume that I'm doing something wrong because it's the way that I do it. You're right, actually. Thank you. And I appreciate that, Suffering. I appreciate that, Red. Like, I get it. I still have some unfortunate baggage with this and Dark Souls 3. Because a lot of people like this game, and a lot of people like Dark Souls 3, and I had increasingly bad times with both of these games in their own ways. Less so actually with Elden Ring, even though it is arguably the much harder game. I'm still having a better time with this than I was with Frida, but Frida made me so mad, man. She is really hard. She is really, really hard on a first playthrough. And her fight is really long. That's the other thing, is a lot of these fights, even if you have a pretty good damage output, which I would say my character does, they're really long fights. They're really long fights. This fight in particular is incredibly long. At least for me, the way that I'm playing it. Again, I work very, I'm very much attrition. But God, I really want to follow that up with an attack, but I can't trust that he won't just immediately hit me. I like that somehow got the block off, but it wasn't timed for the Sekiro block? I don't know how that works. Ah, fuck, I mistimed that. Ooh, I got it off, though. Yeah, he just attacks. He just recovers faster than I can feasibly block that attack. There we go. There we go. See? Now I just need to figure out how to do this in part 2 and it'll be fine. No. Not bad luck. Satandagi! 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 It helped. Satandagi helped. Too fast, too fast, too fast. My bird. I've actually heard somebody complain about this attack, and I actually don't find that attack all that bad. Nice. Get him, my bird! We can do this! Ha! Dodge your fucking grapple for once! Oh, fuck, it's an AoE around him. I'm doing better, though. Bird is absolutely helping, and Bird is getting his ass kicked, so, like, Bird is gonna get me a little bit farther. But I'm not gonna be able to beat him just because I have Bird. I'm not gonna be able to beat him just because I have Bird anyways, so... I mean, if I have to, I'll have to bring in Onspok. I don't think I do. The problem I actually think I have is, I've gotten so used to part 1 and being able to 1v1 him, that even if I brought Onspok in, he would throw me off enough that I would have to relearn part 1. And I don't even think he would help that much in part 2, because he'd probably just get instantly killed. Maybe. I don't know. He does have a lot of health. I'll consider it. That is something I will consider, is bringing in Onspok, but... Femboy and a swole guy. Yeah, that's me. Oh wait, no, that's him. I can't believe my husband would betray me. I honestly can't. And I'm not talking about Radon. That'd be like my brother-in-law, I guess. God. I'm better off just following up with a R1 strike with that attack. There we go. Okay, he's walking, so I can get a heal in. At least I'm getting to his second phase now. That's good. Yes. Really want him to do that attack more no matter what. That's my favorite combo of his, because I can usually reliably block it, but... Well, that was just bad luck that I didn't get an opening. I didn't get a chance. I mistimed 1 or 2 blocks, so I didn't get a chance. Now, you could be like, well, why are you playing this on the PlayStation 4, not the PlayStation 5 or the computer? The loading times would be faster, because it's what I have. It's what I have. That said, if I ever played Elden Ring again, I would like to do a co-op run with my friends doing a seamless co-op playthrough. And apparently there's a seamless co-op playthrough of Dark Souls 3 getting made by the same guy who worked on the seamless playthrough co-op mode of Elden Ring, which is awesome. James told me about that. I was like, oh my god, I would love to do a reprise of Dark Souls 3, because believe it or not, having played Elden Ring and kind of hated it more than I liked it, or kind of hated it as much as I liked it, I actually like Dark Souls 3 way more now. Like, a lot more. Okay. Hell yeah. Do that attack more, please. I like it when he does that attack. Wish he'd do this attack more too. It's a fun attack. There are just so many of his moves that you don't really actually interface because they don't actually give you an opening to attack or anything. They really don't. Sometimes he'll just keep on doing a combo that is uninterruptible, or will punish you. I don't like that. I'll do it, yes. See, this is where the luck kind of works in, because I've only had a lot of luck with him doing attacks that I can punish. There we go. Like, sometimes that will knock me back, so I can't punish it. Otherwise I would. Yes. Yes. that back. Get him, bird. Come on. Yes. Yes. There we go. Oh, okay, I just have to block that one again. Got it. Oh, I couldn't get out of range fast enough. I gotta stop doing that. I'm tearing up the shirt really bad because I keep doing that. I keep on scratching. I apparently have developed some weird nervous tick where I'll scratch my shoulder. And now my shirt is fucking ruined. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. But I am making progress. I think that's the right call, is I need to go sword and board. Because I just need as much defense as I can to survive his bullshit. And the game has taught me that I need to block more. Blocking is just stronger in this game in such a way that if you aren't at least blocking some things and perfect dodging every fucking thing in the game, I have a bad time. All right. Ah, fuck. I should have waited. Fine. Good start. That's a pretty good start. That's bad luck. What's funny is I don't have a problem with this attack. It gives me a... Honestly, he does one, I do an R1. He does two, I need to do an R2. 1 for 1, 2 for 2. And he's just doing a combo that I can't fucking interrupt. And he's just gonna keep doing a combo that I can't interrupt. I have no control over. There you go. Like, eventually I'm gonna get hit in those, because, hey, believe it or not, I think the game is designed that you are going to get hit eventually if they do certain actions. That attack part. Like I said, I can actually counter it. I can actually punish it. Yes, yes. And my block didn't go off. My block didn't go off, even though I hit the button.
Ugh.
This is why I can't get into the PvP of this game, because the PvP only stresses people to play more like this, and I'm like, ugh, my brain doesn't interface well with it. That was such a bad run, because I was having such shitty luck, and I was living that long. That's what I'm saying, man. Sometimes, it's not even that I'm doing poorly, it's a run just screws you. You get screwed. And sometimes a run goes, like, so much more perfectly just because they actually do things that you can interface with. Oops. What? I just don't even know how that did damage at that range. Like, yeah, I didn't get the block off. That's not what I'm surprised by. I'm surprised that it did damage, because I was under the assumption that that move doesn't do damage unless you're pretty close to him. And I was not expecting to take damage there. There we go. Oh, nope, that's still too fast. That's so stupid. Why? Was you using a great sword? Probably. Yep, and he's gonna be hyper aggressive. There we go. I did the wrong thing. I was expecting a big AoE and instead he jumped. And I barely mistimed responding to his jump. Even though I hit the dodge button, it was a millisecond too late. Go again. This is also where it's like, I can't learn the second part of the fight if I keep on having fights where I just have shitty luck in the first half. It makes this so much more tedious, too. It's so frustrating. The fight is too long. It is too long. Come on, motherfucker. I hate that I can't punish that. I hate that he punishes you for trying to punish something that should be a punishable attack. Which probably isn't a thing for a faster weapon, but it's part of the reason why I probably should just go your sword and board after a certain point, because I would probably be doing overall more damage because I'd actually get more hits in overall trying to wait this out. Oh boy. Almost fucked that up. Yeah. Yeah! Do that more, please. Yeah, he did it twice in a row. Do that more, please. Nice. Good. Thank God. That's good. I should have gone for it there. Patience. 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 hate that attack. Hell yes. That's good. You? He won't. He won't. There you go. There you go. God. Oh, I have the wrong weapon! Why do I have this equipped? Oh, I wonder. Well, guys, get him on the next one. God damn it. God. Well, it helps if I have the right weapon equipped. God damn it. That's on me. That one is on me. See? Like, I made a mistake there, and I was like, oh, I'm a dumbass. That was me. Like, I get it. I get it. You know, like, part of the process in any Souls game is that you're gonna make mistakes. You gotta learn how to minimize those mistakes. There's just a certain point of crystallization that I'm at that I'm like, I understand that I don't have all the time. I do not have all the time. I don't. That's a really weird spot to be at. That's a really weird spot to be at for me, like just in my life in general. To be like, I can't. Can I? Can I spend as much time as I did in Dark Souls 1 as I did in Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne learning a game? I don't know. I don't know. Tough thing to ask. I'm gonna try to bait to see if he'll do your jump. No, do the other one. Why can you do that twice? Why can you do that twice in a row? He has already done that attack 3 times. He's only done that attack once. Boy, I would have been really embarrassed if I would have somehow been like, why is he not... Oh, why did I really, really hesitated there. I'm glad he didn't punish me for it. Okay. Honestly, I need to put on the shield counter talisman if I can, because even if I switch weapons, it'll be helpful. Oh, he's running. Oh, he's running. Okay. 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 See, even if I mistime the block on that attack, it does not do that much damage as long as I get the block off. Oh, that was not... I was like waiting, and for some reason I was waiting for him to do his attack, because that's what you have to do, or you just have to dodge it. Honestly, just getting away from him from that attack might be just what's ideal. That's a tough one. It's a tough one to try to reconcile what to do about. I probably could jump over his stomps, but I feel like the recovery time for a jump attack would be still too fast. I also would be crouched, so we'll see. I'll try it. I'll try to counter his stomp attacks with a jump attack, but I don't think it's a good idea. It's probably adding... There's a certain point where also you have to only add so many tactics. If I try to do that, it might make it more efficient, but it would be a risk. It would be a risk. Dummy. Probably didn't even need to do that. Well. Let's judge what he is doing there. Like, I probably can jump over that. But that, I think I should keep the same. It's specifically his stomps that I want to jump over. So difficult. My response to that is not... My instinct is not to try to jump, is the problem. I just don't have the muscle memory for that. Wow. Waving your muscle memory. I mean, only to a certain extent. My whole thing when it comes to muscle memory is that's just a matter of trying to relearn it. Not having the muscle memory is not an excuse to say that you can't still learn the muscle memory. No one's that set in stone for what they've learned. At least I'm not. 9 times out of 10, it's just down to trying it. Yep, pretty aggressive. Yep, you would still be aggressive. He didn't give me a chance to heal. He just said no. I didn't even heal. I didn't even heal that fight because he just didn't give me an opportunity. He just kept going. He just kept swinging, even though he has a tell for when I can heal, where he will stop being aggressive. And he just didn't do it. He just decided not to, because that's a thing that you can do. Ugh. Gross. Why didn't you heal when you could have done when you did one of your attacks? 'Cause I have to use them for attacks. Otherwise, I'll never beat this fight. Anyways, I have to use my heal points when I can heal, and I have to use my attack points when I get an attack. Like, you could argue, well, you should be healing, but at that point, I'm running at a deficit of action economy. Running an action economy deficit. Yeah, I don't think I could get a jump attack fast enough. Why the hell is my block not working? He's gonna be aggressive. That's fine. Take that. Like, I have windows to heal, and I know what they are. I'd probably hit him there, but hey. Safe, but sorry. There. See? If he does that, I can heal. Man, I'm having some really piss poor luck at blocking his attacks. I swear to hell. I swear to hell. I have some ideas, but I really want to try something to take advantage of a very specific tag, but I don't know if he's going to give me the opportunity is the problem. He hasn't so far. That's just bad luck. That's incredibly bad luck. Oh, I hate it, man. And they don't give you the space. They don't even give you space to prep. They don't. It's fucking mean. It's just mean design. And a challenging game is not meanly designed. Not to me. Not to me anyways. That if I'm gonna design, like, if I'm inspired by things like Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne and God Hand and games that are challenging, I don't want them to be mean. I don't want them to be explicitly mean. Maybe something's really fast, maybe something hits really hard, but I don't want it to be mean to the player, because I'm sorry. I don't think I don't think being mean has anything to do with being challenging. Being mean has everything to do with being mean. Miss somehow. Nice. Come on. Do you jump? Do you jump? No, that's not your jump. What? Okay. Okay. Learned something there. That's what I was wanting to test. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's fine. Literally any other combat. Okay, it wasn't too soon. There we go. At least I found some pretty consistent responses to everything that he does. Nice. That's what I like to see. Ah, shit. I wasn't expecting that one. Otherwise... Okay! That's just bad luck. Okay, walking. Good. Didn't take my input. Nice. Not bad. Running. And he's walking. Oh, okay, you can just back away from him. It's very silly. At least I'm getting more attacks of opportunity. I hate that that attack is faster, or has a fast recovery time. It really feels like it shouldn't. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah. Ah, fuck.
I promise you, 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Damn it, my husband! You hadn't hit me with that today yet. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Nice. God, he just keeps going sometimes. The only thing I could think to do is to keep pushing forward. Is to keep pushing forward on him when he does that. I also just... I have to save my blue for shield. As much as I want to do that, I have to use my my blue for shield. It does make me wonder if I can Valve Indomitable through his big attack if I can't get to the edge of the circle, if I feel like I can't. Because I can't. I can't sometimes. It's a long enough animation. The whole purpose of that attack is to be long enough that if you're inside the circle, that if you dodge, you can't avoid it, which is kind of fucked up. But it is an area of effect in which you have to just be out of the way of it. That's how you deal with it. That is how you deal with it. You just have to be far enough away that you can dodge out of it, and then it'll happen in front of you. Okay, again. Damn it. For some reason I thought he was doing a different attack. Otherwise I wouldn't have done that. Chip, 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 chip. Just keeps chipping. Essentially, I'm just playing a fighting game for fighting game parries at this point, because I know that's how fighting game parries work as well, is that they're a perfect timed block. Which makes me wonder if I would actually like fighting games now that I understand that, because I know that's a part of it. My whole thing, though, is fighting game reads are so fast that I really struggle with being able to read an opponent. And that is something that I'm just not very good at, especially in like anonymous PvP. I'm not very good at it. I have to be able to learn like how someone new does or moves or does anything. I can't do that if everyone is different. I can't do that if everyone is pretty much different. Ah, shit. Because arguably, there's an upper limit to how many times Radahn can do an attack where I won't just eventually learn how to deal with everything. Arguably. At the very least, there will be a point where I do his fight so perfect that arguably I won't have to heal at all based on the way that his fight goes, but, whatever. That's not feasible for everyone to do. It's barely feasible for me to do. I should dodge that second one so I can try to get in a hit. I should try to dodge that second one so I can get in a hit. Yes. Yes. It's like getting tired. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. In some ways great, in other ways awful. I did the wrong thing. Nope. It lasts too long for the Indomitable. Wrong one. God damn it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, but it'd probably work if you were just a millisecond later. Oh my god. Not the point! The whole point in that is that it's supposed to last a while. Besides, it's not how I should avoid that attack anyways. I just had really bad timings on everything. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. What the fuck is this shit? Okay, counter that. It's fine. Do it again. I was really hoping you would. Fuck. If I can see that attack coming, I should dodge it. Oh no. Really delayed on that. I should dodge it. Because it can leave me with an opening to hit him. But I have to specifically dodge it to be able to get that opening. Yep, and he's aggressive. Oh my god! I hate you. I hate you, game. So dumb. That attack will also give me an opening if I can do that. Okay. That time it just fucked me over. That time it just screwed me over. Damn it. Come on, you shit. Yes. I like it when you do that attack. I like it when you do that attack. Yes! Do that more. You ate my input. Cool game. I hit dodge. I swear to fucking God, man. Sometimes I only get so frustrated by it because I'm like, okay, he's doing this and then I'm gonna do that. Oh, it didn't work even though I hit the fucking button. Wow, I didn't even get a bird. He somehow did attacks so aggressively that I wasn't even able to get a bird. Oh my god. Damn it. I didn't know you could combo that, or else I wouldn't have tried to that. Well, that's mean. You can combo into that? Why would you combo into that? Well. Didn't matter. He ate my input anyways. God, the fact that he's... The one move I want him to do, and I couldn't dodge it because the game just said no. Again. Yes, I do blame the game. I hit the button. I was waiting. I was timing it. And I hit it when I needed to. They do. They get input. They get eaten a lot. And it's so frustrating. It is so annoying. It makes the game feel mushy and bad. If you're wanting me to be that precise, and then you're gonna eat my inputs because I hit it right like a 1/10 of a second too late, a 1/10 of a second? Jesus. It might also be the fact that I'm playing over capture card. It might be latency. It might be. But I've had times where this controller just... I hit the button and nothing happens at all, even though, for all intents and purposes, there was no reason for there not to have nothing happen. So, it could also be that the controller's getting older. Could be any number of things. Like that. Hit the block, and block is supposed to be arguably block is instantaneous. Like, block is instantaneous. At least to me. Like, it is instantaneous. There's, like, very little wind-up. And the fact that he's rushing my block time is absurd. Like that. And he just wouldn't give me space to breathe, even though I was backing off, even though I was trying to force him into a state. Can't. Sometimes he don't care. Even though I didn't play the game wrong. I can't gamble on doing everything right. Perfectly 100%. I can't. In my opinion, I can't. This game is putting a lot of pressure on my controller. I can tell. Like... Ugh. My L1 button is gonna take some fucking eating, some shit from this. Okay. Here. Okay, didn't make my block go off. Why? Okay. Okay, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm hitting the guard. That's bad. I'm telling you, sometimes it just punishes you for... I don't know. It punishes you for mistakes that don't feel like they should be punished. They shouldn't. And there's nothing to say that I haven't been doing this fight correctly. Like, I found a solution. You just have to get lucky enough that the input delay in eating doesn't happen. That's the thing, if I feel like I have to rely less on my skill and more whether or not the fight is just gonna luck out that it went in my favor, I hate that, man. That doesn't feel like a fight. Bad luck. This is just bad luck. Like, just had a bad run. Which I know can happen, but it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating, man. When I know it works, and this is the run I get. It's like, come on, man. At least I'm getting him to phase 2 consistently, and that's what matters, I guess. Now I know. He's going to follow up with another attack. Killed my bird. Just has attack after attack after attack after attack. And what's funny is, like, I'm noticing the biggest thing is to avoid some of his AoEs. They all happen, like, actually, if you're close enough to him, he can't really hit you with them. So I have to be moving while he's attacking, which is really awkward. That might be something I might try to train in, like, the first half of the fight more, maybe. We'll see. Like, I feel like I would have done better there if I hadn't had such bad luck in the first half. And it's like, multi-phase fights like this, I do not like because of this exact reason. Like, sometimes you just have a bad first fight, and it's like, well, I wasn't gonna win the second fight anyways. And then I had matches where I perfectly kicked his ass, And then he completely floored me with his second mode because I didn't even get a chance to heal or get a chance to react. What happened there? There we go. Bad luck. It's bad luck. It's not the bad luck of, oh, I shouldn't have gotten hit. It's the bad luck of, I got hit just enough that when I was waiting for my opportunity, he never gave me a window to heal. He never gave me a window to heal. You could argue, well, you should have healed when you had attack opportunities, but I can't do that. That's a mistake. It is absolutely a mistake in this fight. If you think I'm going to waste an attack of opportunity on healing in this fight, then I'm already losing. That's how fucking frustrating this fight is. Action economy dictates I cannot waste an attack move. There is a discrete time I should heal where I don't have anything but healing capable for me to do. That is what the game has taught me. So if I have the opportunity to attack, I, for all intents and purposes, should. Okay. I don't know why I tried to dodge that. Take it. Take it. I'll take it. B. That's the kind of stuff I'm waiting for. Okay, that was weird. There, see? That's a healing, that's an opportunity to heal. But if I've just successfully blocked him in a way that I can get in a hit, I need to. Just based on the way this fight is going. There's also just sometimes where you get off rhythm and then the game just takes you to town, man. Make one mistake. Good luck recovering. Even though I blocked. Yeah. Sucks, man. Hyper aggression again. Okay. give me a chance. He's also eating a lot of my heals now. Because again, there are these stints where the first mode is just that significantly hard that sometimes I just don't get a good run at him for a while, too. And that's why I have an issue with this fight and Frida's fight specifically, is you go so long in parts of the fight that you should feel like you shouldn't struggle with anymore. And there are just times where you just don't get a good run. You just don't. You just don't get a good run. Even though you're playing the game right. I am playing the game right. Walk all the way, buddy? Oh, I didn't drink. Well, I might not even get a chance to drink. We'll see. Yeah, I did. Sometimes I just don't even know I can pull it off. I should just be having... As soon as he does that attack, I should just be ready to... Okay. He really is just being a dick right now. For some reason, my block is off-timed. Even though I know it's pretty forgiving, it actually is very forgiving. Wow, that's bad luck. Because he just got to pull it off anyways, and there's nothing I could do in that situation. If he does that attack, I actually have to run at him. I don't know if dodging at him would make a difference. I guess I should try that, but otherwise, I'm like, oh no, man. I guess I could try dodging at him. I haven't tried that. Because technically, well... I don't know if it's just the rocks, or if it's him. Who's the damage? I don't know where the damage is coming from after a certain point in that attack. But I can try. I guess I can try. I haven't tried it. Like, I had a series of good matches there, and now it's like turned into this slog where I can't even get past the first port because for some reason I can't get the timings down again. I don't know if it's the timings, I don't know if it's my controller or what. What is happening? Come on, man, I'm hitting the button. Okay. Oh my god. I need my inputs. we go. There we go. Alright. Good, 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 good. Go again, we go again, we go again. Okay. Oh, he didn't do the thing. There we go. He does that faster than I can get my guard up, man. So ridiculous. Stop it. That's mostly fine. There we go. Okay. Even though I've dodged that every other time. Even though I've dodged that every other time. Ate my input. I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. That's what frustrates me. It's like, I knew what to do there, and I did it, and it didn't work. That's bad luck. You didn't do it good enough. No, I did. Well, if you did it good enough, it would have dodged. No, I did. I know what to do. The game said no. This is why. This is my limit. This is why me and a lot of people are done with this shit, man. Like, this is not. Like, there's a limit. There we go. Like, see? I timed it like that, too, and you were half a second off. Oh, shit. That's a problem. That's a problem that can happen. In my opinion. If a core part of the design philosophy of your second mode is not all of the attacks change, and I'm getting hit by attacks that 90% of the time don't hit me, and that's what causes me to lose, it's like, ugh, it sucks. It's bad luck. this point, I'm just dodging after that to make sure I mitigate the damage, please. But the timing on it is so strict that I cannot respond to it fast enough, man. Hell yeah, though. Good run, good run, good run. See? Good run. At least I'm getting faster at it. Fuck.
I promise you.
Got
A
confused.
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Like, I knew what he was doing. I wish you could get rid of this. I don't even know what the status effect really does. Oh! Okay. He just said no. He just said no. He did so much damage there because I mistimed one thing, I guess, or something. I don't even know. I don't even know what happened. I don't even know what I did wrong. I don't think I can know what I did wrong. I was blocking. To me, anyways. I don't know. As a viewer, you're probably like, oh, that's what you did. Well, like, obviously, you could see it. You're not playing. You're not under pressure. A viewer is not under pressure. You cannot see as well if you are under pressure, regardless of who you are. What makes it pressure? I swear they changed some of the timings where they're, like, slightly faster, too, then, because, like, I know the timings and I'm not getting them, which means that the timings are different. Which, why would you do that? To make it harder? Why? You don't need to. But why, though? Sorry, I'm gonna be mad about that. There's a whole point in leaving that attack in there so that way you could still interface with the harder part of the fight. Like, you have you know a reliable opening. Why would you remove that and change it and make it even more harder to interface with? I don't know, that shit drives me crazy. Makes no sense to me, no sense at all. Nice. Like, the first time that hit me in this whole fucking fight was the one time it happened on the second mode that I misdodged it. Like, come on, man. Nice. Got your ankle. Got your ankle. Shit. I misinterpreted what that attack was. Not bad. There we go. At least I'm consistently getting them to phase 2 now. I wish I wished this fight gave you way more time, by the way, before you got to this phase. Nice. That's gonna hit me. God, that does so much damage even when you're blocking. There we go. I missed somehow. Dodge didn't go off.
1,000-year voyage guided.
I still don't
by
even know what this
compassion.
does. I bet it probably just makes him do double damage or some shit. God, I just have to learn how to dodge. I just need to learn how to block the light rays. I just have to learn how to block the light rays. I guess that's what it is. I don't know what else to do about it. It's so funny. They like added them specifically to discourage you doing what I'm doing. So it's like, you're gonna tell me the way that I learned how to do your fucking fight isn't good enough for you. That's what gets on my nerves. It's like, ugh, just to get through this first fight, part of the fight, I had to learn it this way. Because your game is made this way, damn it. Right? There we go. There we go. There we go. I had a feeling he was going to do something like that. Hey, he actually gave me a heal, finally. I want to know how long that went before he gave me a heal opportunity. Hell yeah. He's what you want. This is how they want me to play the game. This is what I gotta do. Much as I don't want to. Cool. What? Okay. I do like that he just gets a move that will kill my bird. He just has a move that will kill my bird. That's fun. Well, why are you using the bird? Part of me is like, well, what if I put her in the corner? And I'm like, then he'll go aggro to her and kill her in 2 hits. Worth a shot. Honestly, I know she's really good. She could at least sit in the corner and do consistent damage to him while I hold aggro. That's another thing to consider. Before I do this, shoot. Ooh. Hard counters. Because I need to. Where a lot of my damage is coming from anyways. Where a lot of my damage is coming from, so... Ah, shit. Misinterpreted what attack that was. Good. Bad luck. There, that's better. Just hit the button at the right. My head. Oh, yep, that one ate my input. Ooh, okay. Ate my input again. That's how bad my luck is. 3 input eats in a row? Like, yeah, I'm gonna die. Of course I'm gonna die if I have 3 inputs eaten in a row. Yeah. And again, so much of it is because if you dodge too early, you're gonna get punished. So of course I'm gonna get my inputs eaten consistently like that, because I don't have the leeway to dodge any later than that. Any earlier than that. I really don't. It's bad for you. It's bad for your health. Bad for your teeth. Bad for my teeth and my sanity. Hi, Comfy. I'm mainly just angry at Elden Ring at this point, and I know why I'm angry. And I know why I'm angry. Like, I think this fight is really cool. There's a lot of really cool things about this fight. Give him less health. Make it a 2-stage fight where when you get to stage 2, you don't have to do stage 1 anymore. Because I made it clear that I can have parts of stage 1 that go pretty much flawlessly. Where I take very minimal damage and don't use any fucking things. And now that is the way that I have to do this, is I have to do this perfectly for a while. And to me, it's actually not that fun. And then if you have any bad luck, or if you're off rhythm for whatever reason, because people aren't perfect, you lose. Bad luck. See, that's acceptable bad luck. That's just me fishing for an opening to get a hit. Oh. There we go. There we go. Give me your power. I need support. I really do. Because part of what's getting to me is one of the, like, I've been practicing my block to do damage mitigation, but I missed one. Was asked why was I tanking hits, even though, you know, like, I'm doing it right. It's just that fucking hard. I'm doing it right, it's just that fucking hard. And I want to know in solidarity that people know that. But I know this is a hard boss. Everyone I've heard talk about this guy kind of fucking hates him. I don't know anybody who actually likes this fight. I only like it because so much of it is so close to being so good that I want to like it. But how much I get frustrated with the fact that it hinges so heavily on perfection that I just am like, ugh. It's fine. I have not really heard one person say any actual praise for Radon. Like, one. I have praise for him, but it's outweighed by so much not praise. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's too bad. It could have been worse, but I hate when he just decides to do that attack anyways, because it's actually so big that it's like, well, you're just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. It fucks you up, man. Like, you don't even get the free iframes from blocking it or anything. You just soak it. And you just gotta be like, well, bad luck, I guess. Like, this is what most of the first fight is like, even when I do it correct. Even when I do it, like, correct, it's just so much waiting. It's so much waiting. And whilst I at least appreciate that my moveset has much more dynamic elements to it, it's still so much waiting. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think lore-wise it's fine. Sure, my husband's a bastard. Sure, turns out my husband's a bastard. Gets to the edge fast enough. People hate that attack. I actually don't mind it so much. Okay, that one, I had to look away from the screen for a second. actually got a hit on him. Oh, God. Uh-huh. Which you don't really get because you try to avoid spoilers. Fair enough. I think the story is perfectly fine. I think it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna say grander context doesn't really make sense. Nicholas just kind of doing his thing. I do think what he does is like paint Mikola in a not so good light. Like, sure, Mikola's not a great guy. He does some pretty fucked up things. I won't give context if you don't want it, but let's just say he does some things that are abjectly pretty awful. Like, okay, so he's not actually a saint, and, you know, he's a pretty terrible individual based on what he actually does. The only problem I really have with it is you don't really get... I don't really get why he does it. But that's also probably because the overarching story of Elden Ring is because they all want to be the big one. So he's doing it because he thinks it'll make him the big one. And that's why he's doing it. That's why he's doing all this awful shit. Which, sure, he's an awful person, but like the driving force of pretty much 80% of everything that's happening in this game, it's pretty petty. He's not trying to make anything better, and he's not trying to do anything. He's just trying to do what pretty much everything else is trying to do, and just doing it in his very own specific shitty way, which does still play into the roadside picnic vibes that I like to praise this game for. It's just kind of less of a thing with him, right? Like, they don't really reinforce that anywhere, at least not to me. They don't really reinforce that anywhere in the DLC aside from maybe the All-Mother. Like, there is some Eldritch stuff, but that's about it. Most of it is pretty, like, circumstantial, like, things we already knew that were conditions of the world. Yeah, there are aliens. Yeah, the gods seemingly are probably just ethereal or extraplanar beings that we don't understand who gave us magic, or who left magic behind and we don't know why. Sure, that's all baked into the setting, but the actual implications of whatever's happening in the DLC just is all kind of like, here's some cool themes. There's also kind of the problem with Dark Souls 3 as well. And Malenia is too cute, you're right. Judge when you get there, but apparently the fact that you fight Radon specifically here is supposed to make little sense due to Millennium lore. Yeah, I mean, they're all related. That's the thing. It could have gone either way. I mean, there's that cool fan mod where they instead made it as Millennia, and it looks like a fucking nightmare hellscape to try to play, and I will never do that. But it would go either way. He's really dedicated to his family, so it makes sense that he would either choose Radon or Millennia, because I believe they're all related, or at least all fought together. I think they're related? I don't actually know if they're related or not. I don't know if they're blood related, or if they just fought for the same side. That I'm not certain of. You? I want to know how I got a freak stagger on him once, man. I don't know. I got a stagger on him once, and I still don't know how I did it. Well, I'm getting a lot of hits in. Good. I probably could get in a chug before he can pull that off, but I don't trust it. Everything. I was trying to hit too many buttons at the same time, and I just couldn't decide which one. you! Thank you to whoever just healed me. I'm gonna fucking need every single one of those. God, some of these attacks are just so immediately fast, too. They really don't have that much wind-up. It's so rude. Fine. I mistimed it. Nope, Nanny's not gonna give me any space. I mean, I've always loved red hair, actually. I really like red hair. God, why do you only lose a third of your health before you go into phase 2, though? It's so mean. Oh, that's bad luck. Well, that's bad luck. Oh, that's bad luck. There we go. Jesus. God, the range on that is so ridiculous. But I didn't really get... That was a really good run. That's like the best run I've had, actually. Believe it or not, that's one of the best runs I've had this whole fucking time. Getting better at it. It's just really hard. It's so much pressure that he applies. I am improving, you're right. But to kind of go back again to illustrate, I think a kind of endurance wear that the game puts on you a little bit is whenever you have to do that first fight over and over and over and over and over again, it wears you down. It wears you down. Even when you do it perfectly. Because as soon as you don't do it perfectly, you're just like, oh my god. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. No ifs, ands, or but. It's exhausting. I did say I was going to try my other summon, though. More friendly gameplay, yeah? Oh, it's to show how you can't give up even though the world is so unforgiving. Like, no, actually. This is a thing that's always bugged me about people who say that about, like, Souls. It's like, it has a very dark tone, but it's not unforgiving. Unforgiving would be something way different, in my opinion. If anything, Dark Souls 1 is incredibly forgiving at times. Maybe I can only say that because I played it. I should have gone for a hit there, but it's fine. Go for the reset. Go for the reset, go for the breather for yourself. Wait. That's not what I wanted him to do. I wish you hit the wall when you were that close to it, you would go king. Fine. I really thought that was gonna put me in part 2. That did, though. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try it. I bet she's gonna die, like, immediately, but we're gonna try it. God. Oh, that's bad. He, like, hard locked her. Holy shit. Yeah, no. I think I need to use the bird for this. Nope. Miss. Stop it. Stabbed him in the dick. Hesitated on that. That poke was mean. Damn it. That's also fair. That's fair. And that's the thing, is like, it's so weird. You could argue that Dark Souls 1 is just as hard to somebody who's never played a Souls game as somebody who's played every Souls game on Elden Ring. And that is their design intent. I think that they need to dial it back a little bit. You know, I do think they need to dial it back a little bit. Because this fight is hard. It's not easy. I'm not here to deny that. I'm here to totally accept that this fight is hard. It's more of to what level that it is making it more difficult to try to keep that up. Because yeah, okay, fine, yes. Dark Souls 3 tried to challenge players, because Dark Souls 2, in some ways, to a lot of people, was too easy. It was too easy. And in my opinion, it's just not like the level design of that game. But, like, in a certain sense, difficulty-wise, Dark Souls 2 is not a harder game than Dark Souls 1. Its level design is just a little bit less there. That's it. Like, its level design it's kind of frustrating to deal with sometimes. But it's not a harder game, and I can say that, to a certain extent, that bothered people. They were like, this is not hard enough. Like, there is apparently a very vocal portion of this community that they did make a sequel that wasn't hard enough. They did make a sequel that was hard enough. And that wasn't hard enough. So I also kind of blame the existence of the response to Dark Souls 2. And for people to conflate that their problem with it is it wasn't very hard, which... No. I'm sorry. It's not that, because I can enjoy Dark Souls 1 for its level design and its challenge. Dark Souls 2 just has worse level design for me. For me. I do not like its level design as much. We can go into how its combat feels and everything, but on the whole, it's not that much harder than Dark Souls 1. And in some senses does demand a little less flexibility, like this does with its combat. We don't gotta get into that. People said that Dark Souls 2 was too easy, and when Dark Souls 3 was like, wow, they did it, people praised it. And I fucking hated it, because I don't want these games to be astronomically harder because they're already hard. They're already hard as a base. Like, as a baseline, arguably, they're already incredibly tough games. Like, the challenge has never gotten less, even if it isn't as hard. Like, Dark Souls 2 is still an incredibly challenging game if you've never played it before. I don't know why I did that. I'm talking too much. Oh no, I know. I just wanted to bring that up to be like, I also have my own input put into that with that video. Like, I have my own perspective to add to that, because for me, it isn't even as... I do agree, because I even said this, I don't know if this game is made for me anymore. But for me, it goes a little bit deeper than they've just made it too hard. It does. It's a combination of some things. Because look, I feel like this fight, at this point, is just shaving until you fucking get to that golden point. You actually get to the end of the fucking fight. And I am getting there. I'm getting there. But it is taking an insanely long amount of time and doesn't feel like it actually reflects my proficiency in the game. It doesn't. It doesn't to me. Or it reflects a very specific kind of proficiency that I have. But it took still so much time to get there. Now, why am I okay with that with Millennia? Because Millennia is a trick. She's a bit of a magic trick. She's a fight that feels a lot more unfair than she actually is. Whereas this is kind of the same case, but it's required. It's because it's required. You could argue, DLC isn't optional. Buddy, even though I didn't pay for this, everybody else did. Everybody else did. You could argue, you'd be like, oh, I got about as much fun out of the DLC as I'm going to get out of it, and I never beat the guy. I think that's a failure. I think that's a failure on the part of the game. I think it is a failure on the part of the game that they literally made paid content, which arguably all the content is paid. Then why do any of it, right? Why do any of it? If there's going to be a subsect of your player base who's just like, I just couldn't do it. That's fucked up, man. That's like a shame. And well, that's also just some really shit luck. I actually got a stagger on him the last second there. Okay, we gotta definitely use bird. Nope, I didn't get out of range of it in time. That's bad luck. We're just having to start that fight with adding a disadvantage. I just didn't start that portion of the fight with enough health. Well, why don't you focus on avoiding that first attack? 'Cause I don't get another opportunity. Ring the bell. I can't tell if there is a serious problem with this game regarding timings or not. Because some of it feels like it is so tightly timed that it is working as intended, because it does not want you to take certain actions at certain times. And it does not get it makes it does the opposite of being close. It makes it so that way you will get caught if you do it, even though it feels like you should have the space and time to pull it off. Which I think is messed up, man. Got him. Start. Like, there's just a chance that I will eat damage in that first part if I just have bad luck. If I'm just at the wrong amount of health at the wrong time. Ooh, I really had to fight attacking there. Wrong input. That time my brain just got confused. Nice. Okay. Try. Again. Do it again. Go. Essentially, I have to fight this boss like I'm fighting a Dark Souls boss and know perfectly all of his moves. They're requiring that. And arguably, as hard as Dark Souls was, I don't think Dark Souls ever really demanded that of a player. I don't remember that feeling that way, that they really wanted you to be like... They didn't want the damage race to be that strict. It never felt that way to me anyways. Where if you're making mistakes consistently enough that you will just lose the damage race because of the inherent design of the game. Go. There we go. I don't know why I didn't get the counterattack on that, but whatever. Now you're eating my inputs. Okay. More input eats us in a row. Just timed it wrong. That's why it's an input eating. That's why it because I have to time it that tight. It feels bad too. In my opinion, I should get hit because I didn't time the fucking attack. Because I didn't do anything in those cases. For me, at least, any other game, I wouldn't have gotten hit there. I wouldn't have. Because I hit the button. Because I timed it. Timings are just so fucking hard to do. Yep. And it's the PlayStation. It's something. Well, I don't play any other games is the problem on my PlayStation 4. So I couldn't say. It wasn't happening in Monster Hunter Wilds, and I was using this controller for Monster Hunter Wilds, and I was using it for other things. And again, there... Okay. Start getting greedy there, I guess. Feel the same issue? Yeah, I think it's the game inherently has some gushiness to it. Even the block is not immediate. And sure, fine, whatever. That's always been a case of these games, but that's where it's like frustrating. Is they're narrowing and narrowing and narrowing the margin of your ability to actually react, and trying to account for it, but not over accounting for it, right? So, for example, as I've come to a consensus with this game and Dark Souls 3, which is the problem that I have with it, with Dark Souls 3, is that your dodge isn't actually faster. Your dodge is sped up because it needs to be faster in the same way that it was in the same speed rate that it was in Dark Souls 1. because things are that much faster and aggressive, and you have to be that much more precise with it. You have to be that much more precise with it. So they were like, oh, okay, so we'll just, quote-unquote, make it more responsive. But the problem is they've at least one for one, or not enough in some cases, in my opinion, accounted for attack speeds to keep up with it. The fact that he's able to cancel a block because I was too late in a mechanic that's supposed to have something that happens as soon as you do it is a bit absurd. That's a bit absurd to me. I do as well. I'm on DualShock 4? Well, I'm on a PS4, so I have to play DualShock 4. It'd be silly if the PlayStation 4 somehow could operate the PlayStation 5 controller, but I know that's not how that works. Ah, shit. What? He missed, which threw off my timing. But remember, get good. This is what I'm saying. I want to illustrate that get good does not matter sometimes. And I just want people to shut up about it. That's really why. It gets in my fucking head so much, when in reality, it's all about time and practice. And I want to be a beacon for anyone who out there who feels like, oh, I can't get good. You can. And don't let other people tell you to. Because shit happens like that. Shit like that happens. When shit like that happens, it is not your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I did wrong there was not expect him to do something that he has not done this entire time I fought him. I fought this guy for 4 hours and he has done that once. Just now. You can't account for everything sometimes. People act like in these games that you can't. And you cannot. You can't! Freak accidents happen! This game is not perfectly designed, and honestly, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be when it works that way. Like, moments like that are supposed to be to your advantage, actually. Those are supposed to be to your advantage when something like that happens. Not to the bosses, in my opinion. Oh, that was my bad. I had an opening to heal, and I pushed forward on accident. Like, Millennia randomly missing sometimes? That's good fucking game design. She's actually not as accurate as you would expect. She makes mistakes. Radahn, not so much, it feels like. Radahn just has such big attacks that it's like you don't really have positioning advantage much, as far as I can tell, unless you're really forcing it. And to me, that's too many inputs. That's too many inputs to keep track of, to try to force him to make you... To force him out of position is just way too much. I'm better off just dealing with his bullshit. Until I get an opening for whatever I want to do. And if he kills me, then it's like, well, I wasn't going to get that opportunity anyways. You know? That's my thought process is like, I wasn't gonna get a chance to heal anyways. Because then you're just wasting a heal if you eat taking damage, which is a mechanic of the game that they clearly don't want you to do anymore. They don't want you to trade hits anymore. At least it doesn't feel like it anymore. It doesn't feel like it anymore. Again, I seemingly am in the minority when it comes to this thing, though. Or at least in a large minority. Okay, now this time I should have enough time. There we go. Yes, get my bird with that. The bird doesn't care. You can't grab my bird. You can't grab my bird. Ugh. I don't know how that missed me. What?
I promise you, 1,000-year voyage.
I can't
guided
read that.
by compassion.
I can't read that. I don't care. You can't read that. What just happened? There was no reading that for me at all. Do it again. Hey, you missed. Remember, it's a combo. Fuck. You personally think it's more likely to be an input queuing issue in the game? I do too. That makes sense. Because again, they want you to put in a lot of input sometimes. But the game is structurally, programmatically not designed to do it. It's not. It's not God Hand. It's not God Hand. But it wants to be. What the irony is it wants to be God Hand. God Hand has the design structure in its programming that if you are playing defensively, you can do that as fast as you need to. That's a huge important thing. That's a huge important thing about what makes God Hand's super aggressive enemies actually work as enemy designs. Because you have a hyper defensive structure to the way that the game is designed. You can be hyper defensive as they're being hyper aggressive. I have had to crunch this game into a God Hand shape because it is not God Hand. And I will add it for that. I think that is something that is a problem with it. There is a psychological, programmatical disconnect for the demands that the game is asking you as a player that the game barely actually accounts for, I think, sometimes. Barely. Like, it does it 80% of the time, but it doesn't account for that 80% in my opinion. I think it really struggles with that 20%. It struggles with you with the 20% cases, in which, in those 20% niche cases, that gives enough advantage to whatever you're fighting that it really puts the player at a pretty bad disadvantage, at least for me, at least to me. My esteemed opinion on how the fuck this game works. Like, this is silly. This is what peak performance looks like, which is why I also make the argument that, hey guys, demanding that the first part of the fight just go better and then have to do it over and over again after you beat him just to get to the second fight and get your fucking shit rocked, I just don't like that. And it also puts pressure on you to not make mistakes in the first half. Just make the second half that much harder, which is already harder. Is very mean. Okay. He's not gonna let me. He just didn't let me. He didn't give me a heal window, even though I was trying to make him give me a heal window. He just said no. Even though that fight, 9, I used 1 heal, and I made 1 mistake. And that's why, if it seemed like before, why I don't think I could properly articulate why making 1 mistake frustrated me so much. Is because I have the timings. I have the timings. Made 1 mistake. Made 1 mistake, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It ate my input, something happened slightly out of my control. And then I wasn't given an opportunity to heal again. Blech. Blech. But then people will defend this and say this is the best. And I killed a demon in God Hand. The final boss of God Hand is no fucking slouch. What's funny is the final boss of God Hand does 2 health bars correctly. Holy shit, I love the way that boss fight handles... Ah, shit, I fucked that up. Handles 2 health bars, because it feels right. Like, you feel like a badass as you see that thing as you're like, God, it's so big. And then you see it chip down and chip down and chip down. And it's so satisfying. Whereas this, I'm like, I did 1/3 of his health. Just kept going, man. You only got 1/3 of his health before you get to the next phase. And he already has so much health, in my opinion. Though that's partly, again, some lengthening due to the fact that you actually don't get that many openings to attack. I find. If he's really aggressive in certain ways, you just get to sit there and dodge or wait until you actually get to hit him. My input. Yep. Bad luck. Because that's the problem. If I take the opportunity to try to heal, There's this. Credits. Huh. He's just gonna kill her. He just didn't focus on me. He just didn't focus on me. He just said, nah, I'm gonna kill her. bad luck. I bet she would be really good in this fight if I could pull him away. But I don't think I'm going to. And I'm not going to put on Shabruri's Woe, because that would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea. Like, ideally speaking, if I could put on Shabruri's Woe and keep his attention, I would. But knowing how the damage aggro table works, it's just not going to work that way for me. And she's not tanky enough. She's not tanky enough to be able to hold aggro, like, at all, clearly. At least the bird is. Well, if you're gonna do this, why don't you use the golem? Because I have a bird. And the bird is actually really good. I've actually found that the bird is really good. Like, I had one fight where I was like, wow, the bird did actually phenomenal. Good. Ah, shit. Not the attack I expected to do. There we go. I blocked. Oh, and now he's going to be aggressive. Now he's going to be aggressive. There we go. I hate when sometimes he just hits you with parts of that for seemingly no reason, and it doesn't stagger you to give you iframes. It's the whole reason why I want him. Why I want to block that the way that I do. Well, that was close. I also hate when he just repeats an attack until he hits me. It's like, come on, man. Like, this attack catches me just enough that I'm like, come on, just do something else. Okay, I gotta know, as soon as he does that... Okay, game. It catches me just enough that sometimes he just does it multiple times in a row, and I'm just like, he's gonna hit me with it eventually. Okay. It also feels bad to lose in a part of the fight that you're like, I just want to do the second part of the fight, man. I just want to do the second part of the fight. Especially when you're having a good run and then it just tanks because you make one mistake. You make one mistake and then you're off rhythm and it's like, okay. At least that's what happens to me. Listen to a man who played a lot of Souls games complain about the Souls game. Yeah. I mean, everybody complains about something in a game. I hear people complain about things all the time. I guess I just sometimes get frustrated because I get this impression that I shouldn't complain. I get this impression that I shouldn't complain, and it's like, no, no, no. I should. Go. Sometimes the game There we go. It's not ideal. See, I don't like when he does this attack sometimes because I sometimes feel like it's like it's just there to reset my stagger on him because I'm not guaranteed to hit after it. I might get a heal, but it takes a lot of time. It's not the worst attack for him to try to hit me with, because it's pretty easy to avoid, but it means that I just get a reset when I don't necessarily need one. I don't always need a reset. Oh my god. This might actually be a good time for it. There we go. The other thing is I'm not guaranteed for him to use this attack every time. Ooh. Yes. Heal off. Ooh. Missed. Fine. Oh no, he's attacking me. Good job. Stop it. I can't believe you did that 3 times. Ah, fuck. This time that. Just kept doing damage until I couldn't mitigate it anymore. Even though I was doing well. It is 5:30. I will try for another half hour and then I have to call it because I have other things I gotta go do. I feel like definitely next time I will, but I can't get behind it, man. I could get behind Millennia because I was determined and because I wanted her hat. I wanted her hat. But exactly. Because the answer is timing my Sekiro blocks more. But otherwise, if I didn't have my Sekiro block, what the fuck am I supposed to do? This is me using a thing that's mitigating as much damage as it is. Like, I can't imagine trying to dodge through half of that given the finickiness of the dodge in this game. And yes, I remain resolute that the dodge in this game is not sufficient. It does not work well enough for what it should do. That was bad luck again. Because it ate my input. I tried to block and it just didn't do it. So much of this game hinges on pre-firing actions. In a game where the actions are getting so fast. Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, yes, my special block would mitigate more of that damage. But why do I have to? Because what would I do if I didn't have it? Because you can spam it, and you can mitigate a lot of damage if you get the timings right. And sometimes it's just down to mashing the fucking button, which is what I'm doing at points, is I'm just mashing the button, by the way. Yep. Which honestly, you could argue, well, that's what Souls is in a nutshell, but this is to a level that is getting absurd. It's to the point that you have to really stress some stuff to be able to do certain things. Really, I don't know what you're supposed to do in this fight if you don't end up using the special block. I really don't. And don't have something like a lot of magic or something. I'm even doing it. Oh, fuck. That one, my brain just got confused. And he can burst you so quickly for making such a simple mistake, too. Like, even if you're mitigating the damage, just too much. Any faster, or more constant aggression, it's either too stressful or too much guesswork. Exactly. Exactly. 'Cause the strategy has gotten me this far. And I've gotten close, and I know I can do it. Like, I'm starting to get to the second part of the fight consistently enough now, because I just have to do the first portion of this fight on one fucking Estus, because that's what the game is asking me to do. It is. I don't think that's an exaggeration. Somebody out there probably would be like, you have to. And it's like, you show me on the fucking paperwork where you're supposed to do this on more than 2 Estus. Show me. And I forgot to sip. That's another, like, you're keeping. I have straight up a buff that I'm like, I would never. I can't use it. I literally can't use it. And it would be good. It would help. I think Flame Grant Me Strength would be incredibly helpful. But Millennia has windows to be able to pull off shit like that. This guy kinda does in his second form, but not. Like, Big Circle is kind of like Big Bloom, but it's still kind of whiffy. Because it still has a pretty fast recovery. Like, it's not easy to recover from. Oh, not that. Oh! Go again. Go again. Yup. Yup. I think that my build perfectly can, like, overcome this fight. I think I have the defensive capability to do it. It's just what it's asking you to do is fucking a lot, man. And hey, I don't know. For some reason, the demon, because I could do the demon god, I believe in. You, I know what it is. The reason why I don't have a problem with the final boss of God Hand is you don't have to. Imagine having to refight the first. Did I? No, you don't. When you get to the demon, I think you just get to the demon. I don't think you have to fight the other God Hand. You don't have to fight the Devil Hand every single time. I don't remember doing that. I don't think you do. And Devil Hand is a hard fight. Devil Hand is a really hard fight. No. That time it ain't my input. That's what I'm saying. Is like sometimes I am better off. I hate my psychology here. I am better off resetting if I get hit than I am trying to fight through it. I hate that. That's a shitty mentality in my opinion. Bad. That's a bad way to think about how I need to approach this. To me, I think that's pretty bad. I don't think that's how you should respond to things. I don't think it is. I don't know. And that's reassuring, because again, that's the kind of, like, the build is there. Even the proficiency is there. It's just that fucking hard. It's that hard. But at least people know that he's that hard. God, I don't think... I have to remember that I don't think anybody doesn't think this guy isn't kind of the fucking pits. I do have to remember that. Nice. Need my input, asshole. Come on. Alright, this is good. This will give me a chance to heal. That's pretty much a guaranteed chance to heal, even if he immediately combos into that. If I pull it off fast enough, I can always respond faster than he can pull off that attack, which is nice. There we go. There we go. And you ate my input. And you ate my input. Great. Not ideal. Not ideal. He's still so fast. I don't think I could get Flame grant me strength before he attacked. my bird. Okay. You? Hey, I actually read that attack. There we go. This attack is specifically designed that it is so big going so well, man. He would have an attack like that. That probably happens when you get him down to his last third. I couldn't even figure out which direction he went. And it makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. It's Radahn. Of course he would have an attack like that. He literally does that attack. I was like, even like, oh, he's Rathalos, he's gonna come in somewhere, and I didn't know how to respond to it otherwise. Hey, that was a good fucking fight, though. That was a good match. Almost had it. I almost had it. Yep. Yup. Here, we're gonna reset. Because I want to tell you what happened there. I want to discuss what happened there. Is the game doing what I'm so tired of? What I'm so tired of. It has been 6 hours to get to that point. And he did something I have not seen him do in 6 hours that I'm not going to get to see again, probably for a while. Why? Reaction? No, because the attack isn't designed to be well, it somewhat is. This is why the Superman dive is good designed in Monster Hunter. Should have just vowed of the Indomitable. Said, fuck it. Noted. At that point, just gotta vow of the Indomitable. I think that's the right move, because it's just a big hit. I don't think it's a long AoE, I think it's just a big hit. And that's the exact kind of thing that vow of the Indomitable is good for. I also just am like, I got hit there because I literally blinked. No. Not that. Yes. Yes, do that work. Yes. Nice. Nice. Good run. That might actually try something. Yes. Oops, we can do that. My bird. Interesting. We'll heal. Double chug off. Ah, that's bad luck.
I promise
I hate that he can combo into that grapple from that attack. It's so
guided by
mean.
compassion.
It's just so mean, man. Nice. Not the worst. Now what are you gonna do? Do it again! No, I like you! Wait, can we talk this over, please? Huh, they had new lines. Okay, so that's good to know. It's just don't get grappled twice. That's not that. I thought he gives you a debuff. I thought that was a debuff this whole time. Fair enough. Fine. The first one was bad luck, though. The second one, that was on me. I was not prepared for it. It's fast, too. It's really hard to read that combo when he does it. Yup. Yeah, and it's been 7 hours. I hate this design, and I love this fight, and I hate this design. Here, I'm gonna do one thing. My stomach is rumbling. We're gonna do one more run. More runs. We're gonna do 3 more runs. But my stomach is rumbling. I'm gonna have a snack. We're gonna go in the best foot we can. Eat a snack. We're gonna take a drink. What's funny is, hey, guess what? I'm fighting fucking Sans again. I'm fighting Sans again, and I'm at a part of my life where I just don't think I want to. Like, yes. I will strictly defend. Yes, that is a good analogy. Yes, Sans is a hard fight. Yes, Sans was the same experience. Except I'm at the point of my life where when I did that with Sans, I was not in a good place. I was not in a good place. Same time that I did Dark Souls 3, not in a good place. This is where I'm like, I am in a better place. I am in a better place. I don't know if I like this. Can I do it? Oh, absolutely. I beat Sans, I beat Millennia, I beat Artorias in a stupid way. I beat Calamite, I beat every Souls boss up to this point. Funny eyeball, funny blue eyeball. I already beat Sans. I already beat Millennia. I already beat the final boss of God Hand and the Devil Hand. Oh. Weirdly enough, if I wanted to do that, I'd go play those games. I don't know. Which is kind of the mindset I'm at this point. It's like, I think that's what it is. It's like, I've already done this in so many games. I'm just tired of it. I hate that this is what it gets to sometimes. But, again, this is core content to the DLC. It's not optional. I think that's a problem. Personally. I mean, I love the design behind Sans' fight. He's very good. Like, I think he's a very smart way to do that kind of, like, war of attrition in a way that's, like, challenging, but actually pretty fair and always makes it feel like you barely beat him with barely an inch of your health left. Like, That's really good design. It's a really hard fight, though. That fucking fight, holy shit. Yeah, that fight is fucking long, man. Though in a certain sense, part of what makes it work for me is that it's really not that long of a fight. It really isn't. This is like an 8 to 9 minute fight in some ways. Just too long, man. This should be a 5-minute fight tops. He should not be a tank. He should not have this much health. Millennia doesn't. That's part of it. Millennia really doesn't have that much health. You're fighting a mountain, and the mountain has Ultra Instinct. Fuck. There's also a bit of dramatic irony, because the whole point is that Sans is not... Sans does not hit hard, he's just unrelenting. He doesn't actually hit that hard. Like, that's the whole gimmick, right? He doesn't do damage. He just whittles you down. Exactly. And that's enough. That's the upper limit. That's about as long as you want to fight that hard to actually be when you complete it. In my opinion. Millennia's fight was like a 7-minute fight total. Mesmer's fight is like a 6.5-minute fight. This fight is longer than Mesmer's by a fucking country mile, in my opinion. Okay, now I'm just here, preset. Eat my inputs again. I just want one more. I want one more salt. You know what? Win or lose. Win or lose, good or bad. I want one more chance at phase 2. That's all I want. I want one more fight at phase 2. I'm so I got so far in and so close. Just like, ooh. Gotcha. I mean, also, yeah, I just saw your message about Mikla being a Calamite twink. Yeah. Calamite fanboy. A lot harder. Hotter. So, okay. This is the part of the stream where we talk about how I'm bi. Dragons just don't do it for me, man. I'm not a dragon guy. Not my thing. No hate. You do. Not my thing. Not for me. Sorry. I would never roll to seduce the dragon. It's not for me. The dragon eat me. It's fine. Wait, no, not like that. I think pretty much all of the content in Elden Ring, Sans Man. That's about it. I can't think of anything harder, like genuinely. Because even like now that I've like gotten enough experience with Dark Souls 3, the Nameless King. I remember the Nameless King being a complete shit show, man. He sucks so bad. Another example of too many health bars. Oh, interesting. This is a funny thing that he likes to do sometimes. That's a funnier thing. Almost. Not an ideal amount of health. Ooh, but this might be good. Might fuck it up. Agreed. Uh-huh. More important than getting the heals off. Oh no, I did the wrong one. Oh, that's bad. He roll cop. Well, at least I know now that it's just this.
Guided by compassion.
But he roll caught me. That's what I need. The wrong one. God. Yes, yes. Please focus. No! Focus on me! Blech! What? Oh my god, I don't know what happened there. Unlocked me. There is a way to remove the debuff, by the way? Huh. I mean, even if there is, I'm just like, it's fine. I didn't even know what the debuff... So does the debuff actually do anything? Does the debuff itself actually do anything? I don't know. I just assume now it's just like, oh, tick, next one kills you. That's what I thought. So if it does actually do a debuff, it's like, well, whatever. Probably, is it a damage? I feel like it's a damage debuff. I don't think I take more damage. It's not Calamite where it doubles the damage. Fuck that. God. That awfulness. Alright. I think. Okay, just Kizzy. That's not that bad. Honestly, there you go. Hey, you did one thing right. That's forgiving. Ugh. Do one thing right. So, we'll get to the final boss of the DLC next time. Or the second final boss. But hey, that was good. That means next time I have that much more knowledge. I'm that much more prepared for it. I'll be back. So whatever. The last time you'll see me for at least a few days. Unless you're in Chicago. Come say hi in Chicago. I'll be in Chicago at MagicCon. Come ask me to draw a token for you. If you're not, come tell your friends. No. I'm at 18. I could. You're right, I could. But I'm just like, I'm so close. I know. I know. Oh, Dad, I was sure here. feel like we would hang out. I would hang out with you. But, yeah, I get it. I don't know it would make a huge... It would make actually a huge difference. It's like... I don't know where they would be without just looking them up. Which means there's at least 8 of them. At least. Yeah. Find yourself in America, just let me know. Though I don't know why you would be actually right now. It's pretty fucking bad, but we don't gotta get into it. But yeah. Like, I know that would help. I do know that would help. But I just don't know where I would look at this point. I don't know where the rest of 8 Skidoo is both so much and so little to make me go. It is 3? I thought it was 4 by this time. 3? Never mind, it's 6 then. Which is still, again, so much and so few that I'm like, ooh. I might even have one? I might have one. I don't actually know. I have 2, so I could feasibly find one more and be a 19. That would make a pretty big difference. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know where it would be. I don't know where it would be. Because otherwise, like... But look at my damage! It's the funny number! It's fate! The funny number! Hold on. It's the funny number! I have to. I have to. It's the funny number! It's the funny number in 3 places! It's fate. It's fate! But to make the game easier. But 69, 69, 69. Have to. I have to for the funny number. We doing it for the funny number. Always remember, we doing it for the funny number. My vigor is 69. We doing it for the funny number. You can't beat that argument. No beating that argument. I can do it. I know I can do it. I know because I got to that final last-ditch effort attack. If I can do that, I know I can get him the rest of the way there. And I know I'm starting to understand. What's funny is, you want to know my fucking strategy for part 2? I shit you not. This is my strategy for part 2. This is what I've been doing. I guess it'd be more like this. Hold on. I guess it's more like this. I shit you not. That's how I've been dealing with part 2. Is this. This is how I'm doing it. Talking to him like a Dark Souls NPC. Talking to him like I'm talking to a Dark Souls invader. Alright. Alright, but I have to call it there. I think that's a good stopping point. I think we'll get it next time. I just really wasn't again, I knew it was going to be hard. I wasn't expecting Millennia again. I wasn't! This game's only big enough for 1 Millennia. This game is only big enough for 1 Millennium. It's so stupid. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. But yeah. I know I can do it. That's... yeah. Woo. Woo. It's not to say that it's nothing. You're right. It's not nothing, but it's whatever. It's whatever. Which means 20 is probably only going to make it go up to what, like 0.205, 2.05 and like 4.91, 4.884 something. Like, woo. No. That's for I'm just saying. That's for DMs, I'm just saying. But I gotta go. I gotta go get ready. I have a long drive tomorrow. I gotta wake up early. I gotta do a few more things, but I'll be ready. I'll get pictures, I'll post about it, I'll share. I'm excited. Excited. Told you. Told you. I got it. I've got it. I think I've got it. And again, always remember, funny number. If I broke the funny number, I'd have to reset, right? Like, everything would be off. All of my karma would be off. I've only gotten to this point in the fight because of funny number. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I feel like those tokens came out good. I've got everything I need, I think. I just need to go print something off, actually. So, I'm going to go get dinner. We'll go get some last-minute supplies. Do what works, man. You gotta do what works. Always gotta do what works. I said so many things that could have made a VOD title, and I didn't say to save a single one because I'm a dum-dum, so... Oh. Thank you for joining, everybody. We'll go ahead and start the outro. I'm gonna open up Bing Create, and we're gonna make an image and raid out on that image. If you want to participate, all you gotta do is type in chat. Whatever chat says, I'll use as a reference for the prompt. To get us started, getting the funny number. Knowing that getting the funny number. And I'll let you add to that if you want to. I'll give you like 40 seconds. I feel like there's a little bit of delay, I think, a little bit with Comfy. I feel bad, so I'll give it a little extra time if you wanna add to it. I just like better be quick. Better be quick. You can't be quick. They can't be quick. Will destroy knowing that getting the funny number 69 3 times will destroy Radon forever. And allow me to finally forgive my husband, Milenia. Wait, no, Nicola. Actually, it might not like the number 69. We're gonna see. If it doesn't, then I'll just say funny. Maybe one slip through. God, if it's inappropriate. I don't think it will be. Alright, stick around to the very end. I also do a bit of a closing bit, and we do raid after every stream. Here, first off, I'm gonna just say, a heart of the funny number. Heart of the funny number. There's the VOD title. You good. No judgment, of course. That's why I wanted to give you some time, just in case. But, stick around to the very end. We also do a bit of a closing bit. We do raid after every stream, so that way the vampires, daywalkers in our chat can keep watching. Just everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows. It's almost lunchtime for daywalkers. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Hope you had a good time and you enjoyed the show. If you're able to join the live show, thank you for stopping by and chat and watching. If you're watching this in the future, take the time to go back and rewatching the VOD. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support. If you're out there and you enjoyed this, and you want to see more of what we're up to, I recommend scrolling down below and following, or clicking any of the links. There's a link to an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitter, and a Discord. We post when we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to, and just generally, you can come hang out with the rest of the community there. It's a good time on the Discord. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community there, and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience, and we appreciate you. We appreciate, if you want to see your name added to this list as well. Whoa! What did I say? I was distracted by something. Here, we're going to reset. We're going to reset where I last remembered. Also, shout out to our community on the Discord and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience, and we appreciate you. we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free to clip it and share it on the internet. Just make sure to also hashtag it with MCCanary, or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. And if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate that people have been talking about the stream, and I encourage you guys to do it more. It does help us out, and it's just generally a nice thing you guys could do. I think it's super rad that you guys are willing to do that. So if you want to help the stream out and help it grow, tell people about the stream. Tell your friends about the stream. I won't. As always, a huge thank you to Motrin and all of our supporters on Patreon and Twitch. Your generosity allows us to continue playing the stream as well as take on more projects, and the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you. We thank you. If you want to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple of the benefits you can get, you can always subscribe directly on Twitch, or you can check out the Patreon page here. It'll show you everything that you can get, and any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. Thank you to Amounts doing a wonderful job holding back the road and becoming famous. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. I had a good time. I did have a good time. I think we'll get them next time. Processed. We got pretty far. This is a pretty good session. We got through a lot. Processed a lot. Made some real progress, guys. I'll get you through housekeeping and get you on your way. Check out the rest of my friends in Goblin Entertainment here. I have a link tree that has links to everyone's channels and everything that they've done and they've been up to, and my own link tree for everything that I've done. You should go check everybody out in Goblin Entertainment.
It's Mino's birthday.
Let's go wish them a happy birthday. They're playing Deep Rock Galactic with friends. They're a good guy. A good person. I appreciate them. Let them know that we're almost through. We're at about I'd say about hour 5 of the Radon fight. We'll get it. I think we'll get it next time. Hey, and remember, if you are having a hard time, always remember, funny number. Dude, I have a little Part the Veil a little bit. That's an Eric Andre bit. It's one of my favorite Eric Andre bits with Tyler, the creator. To which, shout out to Tyler. Hey, buddy. Super inspiration. Appreciate you. Really do. Oh, husband. Why are there aliens? Listen, Tyler. You processing your sexuality helps me process my sexuality. I appreciate that. Well, they got me. This is just me crying. This is actually just me crying. This one. Don't know where it got the reference from. I like this one because I like the implication that I'm just like, I'll get him. That's my husband in the